know where to start.
It's recording. So, hi, hi Floss Tube.
Hi, Floss Tube.
Hi, Floss Tube.
This is Colleen.
And Cheryl.
And Liz Mathews.
So we have the designer, Liz Mathews, with us. Hello, Liz. Are you going to change it to just Liz Mathews or keep it at
Nope. It's going to stay hello from Liz Mathews.
Good, good. I like that.
Yeah, that's cute.
Yeah.
So Liz sent us all her new releases.
Yes.
Plus
a few more.
yes, and my niece is in love.
Oh my goodness.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad about that.
So, I'm gonna let you hold that one up.
So I am now going to have to change all of my Christmas decorations because of you.
Yeah.
Because I've decided I'm going to do a homespun Christmas with all of your trees.
Oh, you are? Oh, I love that idea.
I am.
I love that tree so much, the spring quilt tree, and you can do it in literally any color, and you guys are quilters, so I'm sure it really speaks to you.
Yes.
Because they look like quilts.
I know. That's where all of the inspiration for those come from.
That's my birthday tree.
And this is Colleen was born in May, so this is her tree.
Yes. April showers bring May flowers.
That's right.
So I think it was really a novel idea, and to make them into trees and easy. I think I can even do a finish.
Yes. So there is a lady that I follow on Instagram. So nice. Her name is Becky, and she makes trees in the same shape that mine are out of old chenille blankets. And I was always very inspired by her, and she was so sweet and so creative. So I reached out to her and said, hey, I'm a cross-stitch designer. Well, that was when I was first starting. I wasn't even an established designer then. It was my first product.
Yeah.
And I said, hey, I have this idea. I don't want to step on any toes, but I'm thinking of adapting it to cross stitch. She gave me her blessing, said, yes, go for it. So that's when I came out with my winter trees and decided to put them on that antique frog base because I am an antique lover. If you see my house and hear about my trips with my mom, I love all things antique. So it just kind of brought a little me to the piece. So that was the beginning of the trees, and I've just continued to go with them because people have received them so well.
And then do you have the finishing on the inside, how you finished them into the tree?
I do. It's hard to give extremely detailed instructions in writing in a chart pack. So what I did was a 2-part tutorial on my Instagram. So you can see exactly how I finished the tree, and then also how I did the tree form and attached it to the base.
Oh,
so
good.
If you're on Instagram, you can find those in my highlights, and they're very, very detailed.
Oh, that's great. I love this one.
Yes.
This one tree.
Now that is, if you look at the chart, it's actually charted as a traditional rectangle kind of sampler shape because I didn't want people to be stuck with just a tree form, because as soon as I started stitching it, I fell in love with it and thought this could be framed. You could finish it more traditionally. So you can do either.
Oh, that's great.
With that chart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that the end
of the tree? Well, of the new releases.
Oh, the new releases. I'm like, wait, there's more in there. Okay, and yonder. Oh my gosh, I love this one. I'm going to stitch this one. I love this.
Did you see the mistake in yonder?
No, where you kept saying that where?
It's one of the tulips I didn't fill in on the left side with its yellow center, and now that I spotted it, it's white center. I'm sorry, it's all I can see.
No, it's great.
But I do really love yonder. I love everything I put out, but there's some that just speak to you, and that's one of them.
Yes, exactly. That's what I think too. And I don't know why I love north, south, east, west. Something about that.
Because we're directionally impaired. We'll probably have our east and west in the wrong. I do know north and south.
You know,
one time I was with my boss, who was an attorney, and we did environmental law at the time. And we went into the mountains to go look at cow farms to make sure they were building berms. And so we're in the middle, you know, there's trees all around us. And then she goes, Colleen, which way's west? I go, east is the mountains, west is the water. She goes, there's trees all around us. I said, well.
To this day, I'm still never eat soggy wheat.
Yeah. Oh.
I'll never remember that.
Yeah.
Hold fast.
Hold
I
fast.
love that.
Yes. Now that was originally a punch needle design because I
Oh.
started out with punch needle designs in mid 2019, and my mom had given me a little swatch of a sampler that was just that anchor, and I did that in punch needle and then loved it so much I wanted to do it in cross stitch. So that has many different formats.
And the mother of pearl look on the.
Yeah.
I rewatched your thing this morning, your market release, you and your mom.
Oh, brushing up, yep.
Brushing up, because I'm like, okay, which one are new? Because they're all new to me. Because
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty new in general.
Yes, and everybody just loves you.
Hard not to.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Oh,
After bees.
This one.
yeah.
So is Anna, I bet.
I love the bees.
Yes. What's funny about this is that I had a dream about the design. I know that sounds like do-do-do-do-do-do-do, but I literally had that design come to me in a dream.
Wow.
And as soon as I woke up, I sketched it out.
Oh, wow.
And I sent it to Mom, and I was like, hey, have you done this or a design like this? Because it's so clear. And she's like, I've never seen that before. So I was like, I'm doing it.
Yeah, I've not seen anything like this. That's cool.
That's
Yeah.
even more special.
We have a lot of people.
Yeah.
Okay, this one is the Carnation Sampler.
Yes. Now, Carnation Sampler is a re-release of a pattern I put out about 20 years ago under the name Elizabeth's Garden.
Oh.
So.
And it was cross stitched then? You did.
It was cross stitched then. I was about 16 or 17.
Wow.
And I put out nearly 20 designs that, Mom was, a strong guidance in that. And when I decided to design again last year, I brought back some of the most popular designs, and that was one of them.
That's cool.
I was going to say, you had to be like 3.
Yep, I was 16. I was,
Yes,
feeling so good about myself, had my checkbook, could write checks at the mall.
Remember the checkbooks? Oh, can't do that anymore.
It's funny because the first checkbook I had, it was the kind that was long and it rolled up.
Oh, yes. She
It
probably
rolled
doesn't
in
know what
half.
you're talking about.
Not as convenient at the mall.
No. Okay, this is Charleston.
So this reminds me of Gone with the Wind. When
Yes.
they go to South Carolina.
That was a really fun piece to stitch. It's also instant gratification-y. Like, oh, I'm done a flower, another flower, another
Oh,
flower,
right.
a swan.
Yeah.
That's what I decided with the samplers, because there's so much. So forget about the size of things
Mhm.
and just focus on the one thing that you're doing, and then it goes faster.
Yes.
But it's got
Yes,
the
it sure
sailboat,
does.
the swan, and the big White House.
So, funny fact, Simona loved this one because she said when she first came here from Russia, she thought all of us lived in big white houses.
With
we
a
all
picket
had
fence.
And we all had maids.
I wish
told
you're
her
looking
our
at the maid of
children
this
were
house.
That's right. Now this one, Bowerbirds, is so elegant.
Oh, thank you. Now, Bowerbirds was the very first cross-stitch piece I designed, deciding to get back into it last year.
Okay.
Very
I'm gonna
first.
do this with blue silk though. A blue
And that
silk.
linen, that dove linen, oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Somebody just did this and just raved. She had it on her floss tube. She did it fast too.
Maybe Michelle McGraw, maybe?
Yes, that's who it was.
Yes, yes, she was really fast. Everybody has done those in so many variants, whether it's thread color or linen, and they all look so, so good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. L-A, oh, I knew I was going to get this backwards. A-L motif sampler.
Yes, that is a reproduction of a piece I found in Pennsylvania. So it's very
Really?
typically Pennsylvania Dutch with all the motifs. And if you look at the smaller picture inset in the cover, that's how I found it, unfinished, which
Okay.
I love. I love an unfinished kind of
Yes.
see the maker in it
Yeah.
piece, but I know not everybody cares for an unfinished piece. So on the chart, I did fill it in, and I very clearly identified what was me and what was original. So you have the option to stitch it either way.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Yes, we go to the antique. Oregon has a big antique fair.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So Cheryl drags me along.
Colleen huffs and puffs.
I go around really quickly trying to find, she's looking for antique samplers or antique quilts, right? So I run around and I find them and I holler, Cheryl!
You need walkie-talkies.
Yes.
Ooh, good idea.
But I would
Come to
say
booth 402.
yeah, you would think that, you know, our cell phones would be fine, but Cheryl never has her
I don't
on.
answer it.
Oh.
It's like a leash to me.
It is.
Yeah.
That's what your children feel like.
And I don't want anybody to find me.
Especially not when you're antiquing.
Yes.
Okay, this one is Loved by You.
And it's in my head.
I love it.
Yes, good. That was probably the most far out of the box that I went with my market releases, and I wasn't sure how it would be received. It's very much inspired by farmhouse signs.
Right.
Is in line with my decor antique farmhouse.
Yeah.
And you know, there's so many wood signs out there, and I kind of drew inspiration from that and wanted to do something similar. And there are more of those.
Oh, good, because I love them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was hoping to stitch this out and give it to my husband for his birthday.
This one?
Yeah.
When is that?
August.
Oh, you could totally do that. It's a quick stitch. Don't be deceived by the size. It's quick.
Okay. Good. Okay, grain sack sampler.
That one's cool.
It is.
Yes. That is a reproduction of an antique sampler Mom gave me for Christmas. And my first antique sampler that I love. And I tried to duplicate it as authentically as possible. It was actually stitched on what I call grain sack linen. I don't know if that's true or not, but it has those bands in it that look like a grain sack to me. So I replicated it with like a weaving technique through the linen.
That's cool.
See those?
Yeah.
So you're talking about these right here, right?
Yes, and then it goes right under, yep.
Yeah.
So that's authentic on the piece, and to me, I just see it and think grain sack.
Yes. Yeah.
And I bet you they stitched on grain sacks back then.
Yeah.
And the one you got for your birthday, I wish you could do one of Pennsylvania.
I know. that
Every
map.
weekend we went to Gettysburg when we lived in Virginia. Every weekend my husband wanted to go to Gettysburg.
Yeah, I need to get back there. I don't take advantage of all of the places that are nearby.
And that's antique shops there are awesome.
Oh yeah.
If you want cannonballs and
Nantucket sampler.
Nantucket.
Now this I love this one.
What's that?
I love this one.
This is another piece that I released 20-ish years ago. It was one of my top sellers, so I brought it back.
Nice.
You know what I like is you have the stitch count. You give if you stitch it on this is the size it'll be.
Yeah, I do like that. Yeah. Really
no surprises.
Yeah.
That one's cool.
Well, of course we know that Colleen loves this one. Reindeer.
I almost
Stitch. I love that piece too. Easy,
like,
2 colors. Yes. Kind of repetitive. Very repetitive. I like that piece a lot.
I liked it. And you were like, find any green.
Yeah.
Colleen said, I certainly am not going to make a mistake on this one.
I did. I had to. It's
certainly not by the 4th time around.
Yeah. It does get. It did get easier as I was going around.
Yep.
Okay, Pennsylvania bird.
Pennsylvania bird.
I like now.
An oldie and a goodie.
Love birds.
Yes.
Your brother's birds.
Like Mom. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Anything. Put a bird on it. I'm into it.
So what was your thought on this one? Is it just because you like birds and
This is another piece from 20 years ago. It was by far my top seller. Everybody loved it. People are still talking about it. It was, some people considered it a unicorn chart, so that had to come back. So here it is.
So you were doing this at 16. I can't tell you what I was doing at 16.
Yeah. Well, Mom was doing it. So I was just following in her footsteps. I've always been creative, and she's encouraged all of that. So
yeah, I like the panties on there too.
Yeah.
The little
yes.
Is that what you call those? I call them that. Oh, here you go, Cheryl.
Oh, I love this one.
Sorry, these are new releases, but I just love them.
Oh, that's okay. The other quilt tree. And again, you could do that in any color.
Yeah, but the green and the red are so cute.
Yes. Oh, I can't wait to see all your trees at Christmas.
She has this antique, what is that?
Mantle.
Mantle over her fireplace. She has a marble fireplace and then a wood antique thingy that has an old mirror on it. They'd look cool.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Yeah, they're pretty quick too.
An iced winter tree. I love this.
See, Cheryl, you can get that done.
Yes.
Yep. That didn't show, I hope.
It snowed.
Yep. Nice and simple. Blends into any decor.
Yes, exactly. You're getting behind, sister.
I know.
There's a lot there.
Okay, this one I love. Now, if you tell me you did this when you were 16, be kind, be true.
I did.
Oh,
I did. There were 5 that I brought out in January, and that's one of them from way back when. I did change it and alter it a bit. I looked at so many of them, and they just didn't feel like me anymore, or that I had progressed in my design aesthetic. So I updated it. I changed some colors, added that little bee patch in the grass, and released that.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I didn't want to do anything that my mother was doing when I was 16. You did. My mom was a 411 information operator back in the day when you had real phones.
Yep.
1 ringy dingy, 2 ringy dingy. And Cheryl wanted to be.
I wanted to be one.
Just so for Christmas,
I had high aspirations.
You always kind of want to follow in your parents' footsteps when you're younger, I think.
I was the middle child. I did not want to.
You were the rebel.
Yeah. Yeah, she was. It was either that or I was going to be a fashion designer. So.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh. I went through one of those phases too.
Yes.
Okay, nighttime in Old Town.
Yes, this is another one I brought back, but adapted and updated and changed. And I really love the kind of ornamental offset border on there. Of course, you could leave it off if it's not your style, but I enjoy it.
I like the way the trees have the little...
They're like willow trees.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I like that color palette too. It's fall to me.
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay, so now we're down.
Now these are the embroidered. Open one of those because I think this is cool. I like that they're printed on.
Yes.
I told Simona on one of them that has the lace. I said, "Oh, you have to stitch all that."
No.
Or I have old antique tatted lace. You can use tatted lace and stitch it in there.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
She was like, "What?"
I was getting even with the worms.
Ooh, what is this?
This is Bon Anne.
Yes. So these are embroidery pieces that I put out maybe 10 years ago. I was very much into embroidery and wanted to do something new, but still in the needlework field.
Sorry, our dogs.
Lincoln, Daisy.
Oh, that's all right.
Well, you can't see that because it's but she loved that.
Yes, that's a vintage, like a stitch guide.
Yes.
Yeah, so you're looking at a collage of ephemera that I did and then had printed on cotton, and the line work of all of that mistletoe and boxwood that you're seeing is intended to be embroidered on.
Yes, Daisy.
So they were really fun. I really loved making them. It's just not the direction I'm going in anymore, and I had them stored away, and I thought, it's no good in my basement. People would enjoy doing these, so I put them on my Etsy shop. It's kind of like when it's gone, but they're really, really fun.
Yeah, my uncle was in World War II. He landed in Normandy, And so I have all kinds of his postcards, you know, that he wrote to my mom, his sister.
Yes.
It would be cool to kind of like do something like, even if it's
Oh gosh,
or something.
just study them. I spend so much time just studying things.
Yes.
And this is Ferdinand.
Yes, this is actually the heart is a French enameled memorial plaque, which is kind of like a grave marker.
Oh, nice.
Not for everybody.
You and your
people are a little
mom.
freaked out.
Another thing you and your mom love.
Oh, look at this, the buttons.
I have a whole collection of these French grave markers in my house, and I've had people not want to sleep in some of my guest rooms because, you know.
Really? You're kidding.
The vibes.
Oh.
I might be that way.
Really?
Only because, like, your mom put a locket up that had hair all in it, and I know what those come from. And I was like, ew.
It could have been when the baby was alive, or the child, or the person was alive. You know, like we cut our big.
No.
Oh, no?
I draw the line.
Here's the one Simona wants to do.
Yeah.
Well, actually, all of them. But.
Yes. So I think I have maybe 10 in my shop now, but I just wanted you guys to kind of see what they were. And I'm so happy she wants to do them.
Yeah, I bet you a lot of people do because.
Yeah.
So I told Simona she had to stitch all these little numbers.
Yeah, and I told her all of these.
For one.
That's cool. And then I go, oh, it's printed. And then she was all interested in how it got printed, and we had to go through that one.
Oh yeah,
But she likes to do different fiber arts and stuff like that. So
that's perfect for her.
Yeah.
yes. Also, Michelle Bendy Stitchy, but you already showed your. She goes, if you get Liz on, you need to have her do a sneak peek of her sampler. Then you showed it. Yeah,
Oh, my sampler, it's done. It's done. That was that day.
Yay.
Yeah, so that will come out in May. I have 4 that will be released in May, including that sampler. I love that sampler. Stitching it was really, really fun and very new for me because there were specialty stitches and just a different type of stitching. It was very like, you must count precisely.
Yeah.
And I'm not used to that, but I sure did enjoy it, and I love how it turned out.
So is it hard to do the eyelet stitch? Because you guys have like eyelets on you.
Not hard. I certainly got better at it as I went on. There was lots of practice, but not hard. I'm a stitch in hand person, so that was probably the hardest part of all of those specialty stitches for me. Is I had to, I don't know what it's called, do it like the stab, up down, and I felt like it slowed me down so much.
Yes, yeah.
But it has the eyelet stitches and the four-sided back stitch, four-sided stitch.
Oh,
the four-sided stitch is my new favorite.
Oh,
is it?
boy.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
So the other thing that we do when you're not going to show us a sneak peek of anything, Liz. Floss. I tell you, you're allergic to NPI. It's just breaking you out in a rash.
It's just the price. Not other than that. Oh, here's my I'll show you this. I did share it, but here it is.
Oh, that's pretty.
It's beautiful.
So
oh wow, look at that.
The colors aren't showing up as vibrantly as they are in person. It's very spring and summer like.
Yeah.
But
so
it was such.
That too?
What's that?
Do you chartered that too?
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever sleep?
Very rarely, but full-time job, so I like to get up in the morning and get to work. I feel like there's not enough hours in the day. I'm enjoying every minute, and then I'm bummed when I see how late it is.
Yeah. So you do all your own stitching of your samplers, correct?
No.
Oh,
Stephanie.
For the most part, yes. But when market came and I was trying to do 12, that was just too much. So I think I had 4 of those pieces model stitched.
Okay.
Other than that, I do it all myself. And I very much prefer to do it myself because there's so many times that I've chosen the wrong color, or this just doesn't look right, or I want to change that. And I do halfway through, and that would be very hard.
Yes.
It would be hard to change it if you get it back from a model stitcher.
Yeah,
so
right.
I definitely prefer doing it myself, but I have a great crew of model stitchers that I reach out to when I need some help. And
Oh, that's good.
I'm trying to be very prolific, especially this first year. I want to get as much out as possible. So I'm sure I'll need to lean on them with maybe more Nashville prep or
Right.
as things get deeper
Yeah.
into the year.
Yeah.
Right.
You had Stephanie, Stitch Goes Your Heart, do.
Yes, Stephanie, Marion, Jen, all
You had
stitched
Marion
from
do
your
it?
crew. Yep.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, Marion did Be Kind, Be True. Jen did Nighttime in Old Town and another one for me. And then Steph did Pennsylvania Bird and AL Motif Sampler. So,
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
See,
a
I'm meant
great
to be
group.
part of that
Yes.
group out
Yes,
there.
you are. You would love it. They're just a blast. So we have a giveaway. So you get to pick which of your new releases that you want to have for our
Ooh.
giveaway.
Let's give away Bowerbirds, the most popular of my new releases.
Is it really?
Yep.
Where's Bowerbird, Cheryl? Did I already hide it?
No, it's there.
The bees is good. Talk while I
Talk.
dig. Okay.
Oh, there we go.
You have to
There
hold
you
it up. So that will, and what should the giveaway question or keyword be?
Ooh. Good question. You
You
just
should
put
see
me
when
on
you
the
did this
spot.
to Michelle. Michelle was all prepared. She said she even had her models because it wasn't too long after Margaret. And then I go, well, what about a question? She goes, what? I go, I thought you were prepared.
Oh, I don't think I am. I don't even have my models there at a trunk show, but
Where are they?
they are at Just Keep Stitching.
Oh,
Okay.
oh, cool. Or
No,
keep
Just
things.
Stitching. I'm sorry, Just Stitching in Strongsville, Ohio.
Oh,
All
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
So we could do.
Okay. What's your favorite fiber to stitch with?
Oh, that's a good one.
Do you have the silk rash?
Yes, I should. It's
You know what I just stitched with are Thread Gatherer Silk and Color.
That one, is that cool?
Luscious.
I got
Luscious.
Kindred Stitcher had, what was that silk I got that you wrapped yourself in?
I can't remember.
It's over in Australia. I can't remember now. It's not Mrs.
But you got a hank of it, right?
I got a hank of it. And actually, it was
Ooh.
$30, but actually, and I could use that to stitch a lot of things because there was
Yeah.
a lot, you know.
A hank's a whole lot.
Yeah. So,
Yes.
but, and I do like stitching with it. It's going to be hard to go back. Michelle's
Yeah.
going to try to do some in wool. I haven't stitched in wool yet.
Me either. I'm very anxious to see how that turns out for her
Yeah.
because it's so authentic to so many antique samplers,
Yes,
but I've never
it is.
tried it.
Yeah. Well, antiques, they probably use cow gut and everything. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. No, thank you.
So, well, it was really fun to chat with you.
Yes.
Oh, it sure was. Thank you for having me. I'm there in spirit with you guys.
Yes.
Yay.
Hopefully someday you will be.
I will be. I'll make it out there.
All right.
Thank
Let's
you.
go back to your day.
Bye.
Have a good day. Bye-bye.
You. And I just hit end meeting, right? Yeah. You got to watch the ending. Bye. Yeah, you off really fast. It's sad. Now
And-
what?
And meaning for all.